Alright, it's 30 March 2023. This is not going to be a rant video. You know, this is not even about metal detecting. I'm going to go back to this school shooting. Actually, the school shootings, okay? You know, we got this president, you know. I'm not too fond of how he does things. You know, inflation, high gas, things like that, you know. But anyway, you know, this guy could be remembered for something good. How about we add another secretary to the president's cabinet? Now, this Secretary of Homeland Security, you know, this clown, he can't manage the border. We don't need him. This, what I'm talking about, doesn't need to fall under this. We need a whole new cabinet position. Secretary of School Security. Okay? Safety and security. School safety and security. Now, I heard this talk about 86,000 new IRS. What do we need 86,000 new IRS agents for? I mean, are tax returns not being processed in a timely fashion or what? I'm getting my return back timely. So why don't we just put a stop to that mess? And let's start and let's regionalize this in the country. And oh, by the way, let's regionalize this country into maybe 4 sectors and set up these places. And those 2 young police officers that did what they did in Nashville, and maybe even that police chief of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, how about let's let them run that thing? What we need is we need to be looking at this school system and school security. We need to be looking at these schools. We don't need glass pane doors. You know, that glass pane door in that school that woman shot out, you know, that right there was really a threat. If a tornado would have hit that area, you don't want glass pane doors on that thing. The hallways are where the students go in the event of a tornado. So let's get these doors on these schools changed, but let's get this new cabinet position and let's go all hands on deck, get the smart people, and let's look at these schools. And what about new schools? You know, what's the standard for new schools? Are they being looked at? Can they be designed better? Look at things like fencing. You know, Tennessee, now I can't speak for the other states, but Tennessee, they got this license plate reader stuff. It comes on the TV, you know, Nashville TV, where a car's stolen. Well, they trip a camera in that town and they apprehend the thief. Well, why can't we use something like that for these schools? I mean, this 28-year-old lady, I guess she is, drove into the front parking lot. Well, what if we'd have had a license plate reader that would have seen her plate and she's not on the list? The computer trips her. Wait a minute, we've got an imposter here. We got somebody that don't belong on these school grounds. That license plate is not in the system. We can move this, you know, for school safety. You know, the state or some counties are already using it. But they're using it for traffic violations, and yeah, they do get some car thieves in the process. You know, the future of this country is with the kids. And not to mention the fact, if we don't get a better handle on this, we're going to have some people out there that would make good school teachers. They're going to just say, well, I don't want to be no school teacher. I don't want to go into a place that's going to, you know, bullets a-blazing. Yeah, we need a whole new cabinet position. We need this thing regionalized where we can have best practices, these new schools that are being built, some electronics technology, better engineering, better thinking. That's what we need in this country. Oh yeah, these deranged people, we may move the crimes that they commit from the schools to somewhere else. Well, that could happen, but, you know, we ought to make this awfully hard on these kinds of people. Look, that glass door this lady shot out, she could see through that door. Wonder if that would have been an all-steel door. It might have took her more bullets to have shot it down. Well, the more bullets she shoots at that door, the fewer she has to shoot at kids. Oh, and the noise that it's making alerts people. It may alert somebody outside or inside. The more noise, and what few seconds or minutes it delays that person, every second counts. I believe these schools on the interior, I believe there's some things that could be done on the interiors of them to make it harder on these people. Some things are already done, you know, as far as locked doors and stuff, but we got to get some brain power to get this cabinet position opened up and get some brain power in there and nip this in the bud and do this best practices and get our police officials, get them trained up. We can already tell what happened in Texas versus Nashville. That not everybody's on the same page, evidently. The people in Nashville, you know, a lot of people need to get on that page of what them officers did. Not what they did in Texas. But that's what we need. If Joe Biden wants to go down and be remembered for something, right there just might be it. But he needs to put somebody in this cabinet position that is you know, not none of this political garbage. Put somebody in there that knows something. Put somebody in there that can lead. Well, I guess maybe this was a rant, but, you know, when you have a problem that's recurring and everybody runs to their corners, you know, oh, we got to get these guns out. Well, there's enough guns in this country right now. If you outlawed guns, well, what would you do with the ones that are in it? You think everybody's going to just give them up voluntarily? No, we've got a Second Amendment. You're not going to get that amendment changed. Just pure common sense. You got a problem, do something about it. Don't sit and whine about it, you know, and quit running to the microphone. You know, yeah, we know it's a sad thing. But we ought to be doing more of what we're doing. You know, this country, rich as it is, we're supposed to be a leader in the world. But we ain't really done anything. We're not addressing this. I mean, if this is serious, let's get on it. I hope you enjoyed.